Alrighty, welcome in everybody. Today is January 27th, 2026, and today I took probably the I've ever made it there. Welcome in everyone. Today is January 27th, 2026, and today I took the cleanest mech model long setup that has presented itself in 2026, and as you guys can see in the background, here is the trade. Now the reason why this was so good is because it was just so clean. I marked this out yesterday night. I marked this out because we were just so bullish. There was no way that this didn't play out. Now today I'll be going over the PA, the reasonings for me taking this trade, and then the executions and my thought process while I was in the trade, and then also the reasonings why I even took this trade. So if we go through the pre-market analysis, we can see that in the replay mode, we can see that we are extremely bullish. We tapped into NWOG right here, which was this low. We tapped into a bullish 1 hour gap, and we had some great bullish movement out of that gap. And then throughout the Monday, we were just continuing to be bullish and bullish. Now, pre-market, we took out this high and we started to chop around for a bit. We had an unfilled 4 hour lower and then a secondary unfilled 4 hour lower. Here are the two things that I wanted to see happen today, or pre-market, what I wanted to see happen. First thing was, are we going to respect this 4 hour bullish gap? If we respect this 4 hour bullish gap, we will clearly be targeting this data high and then these quad highs over here. If we disrespect this 4 hour gap, which means we flip it, we are bearish now, we will be then targeting this unfilled 4 hour gap lower slash this unmitigated 1 hour gap lower. Sorry, just this 1 hour low right here. So that's all I wanted to see was coming today. If we are going to respect this 4 hour gap, we're going to be bullish. If we disrespect it, we're going to be bearish. That's all. That was pre-market. That was all I was thinking. Now, here's something I did miss. That was actually a positive for my trade, and I didn't even see it myself. Was that ES had 4 hour equal highs pre-market. I didn't even peep that, and that was even more confirmation that we were going to be bullish. And as you can see, ES is super bullish. So we go to the 15-minute, and we'll just skip through here to about 8:15. So you're chopping around. We also edged this high, creating almost equal highs higher, which is another reason to be bullish. And then on top of that, pre-market, we created triple equal highs slash an unfilled 15-minute gap higher, which is even more stronger reasonings to push up higher and be bullish. We have equal highs up above. We have an unfilled 15-minute higher. And if you guys know the mech model, what are we looking for? We need a liquidity sweep tapping into a gap, right? A gap right here. And then we need a IFVG targeting then either equal highs, an unfilled gap, or an external draw. And we have all three of them right here. Equal highs, unfilled gap, external draw. So pre-market, we have our reasonings to be bullish. So we go down the 5-minute, pre-market comes around, we get up to 8:30, and market does exactly what I hoped it did, which is to tap this 4 hour gap, sweep out these equal lows, and give us a reason to continue being bullish. Now, after sweeping out this 4 hour low slash these equal lows, a lot of people could have taken this 1-minute flip right here to the upside, but the only issue is that you really needed to have stops at break even after sweeping out this 5-minute high, because if you didn't, you got shit on basically. And I honestly was really considering this trade, but I didn't really think that just sweeping out these equal lows and just tapping this 4 hour gap was enough for us to just continue bullish, and then continue to these equal highs and all those draws higher. And thankfully I didn't do that, because we continued lower. We swept out equilibrium of this 4 hour gap, souped this low, and now we have bearish structure to then flip and go to the upside, targeting again equal highs, unfilled, external draw. We play out the market. We come up to this 5-minute gap. We didn't flip it immediately. We tapped into this 5-minute gap. We respected it. But then this second 5-minute gap, we finally flipped it. And if we just go to the actual markets, as you guys can see, my entry right here, little bit scuffed on the entry, right? A little bit, it should have been, should have been lower, but still. Entry after we flip this 5-minute gap almost immediately, targeting again this external draw being the data highs. Now I could have honestly taken it to these quad highs as well, but at this point ES was already really close to these equal highs, and I didn't know if you were going to react off these equal highs and continue lower, you know, maybe targeting that unfilled 4-hour gap on ES, or if we were just going to chop around for a bit. So rather just go internal to internal than internal to fully external, right? So entry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles. We take full TP almost immediately, and after we take full TP, we then begin to chop. And as you guys can see, we are slowly chopping higher and higher, targeting again that external draw. So 3 lessons for you today off this MEC model is that MEC model is the simplest trading strategy you guys could ever possibly learn if you are an IFVG trader. It is just simply a liquidity sweep tapping into an unfilled gap, such as a 4-hour or 1 hour. And then you want an IFVG, usually on the 5-minute, targeting, again, equal highs, an unfilled 15-minute gap. Can I mark that out? An unfilled 15-minute gap, and then an internal draw. You can target an external draw, but again, this is where lesson 2 comes in. You usually want to go internal to internal because the probability of going internal to external is a lot more difficult because external draws are usually protected draws. So you could have taken this trade internal to external for a 2.6 RR win, or you could have not been greedy and just taken this 1 to 1.2 RR win, gotten your easy trade in 6 minutes rather than being in this trade for the last, what is it, 8:50 to 10:15. That's an hour and 30 minutes, right? And you're still in this trade. So rather just take the easy, simple win, internal to internal, rather than internal to external. Now, the third lesson is please look at ES. ES gives you guys more reasonings to go in either direction. If ES has any type of equal highs, equal lows, ES needs to take those out before continuing in the opposite direction. I didn't even peep that ES had equal 4-hour highs. And if I didn't peep that, and let's say I was in this trade and ES took out these equal highs and I was still, and like we maybe swept these equal highs and didn't have a really strong reasoning to continue higher, I could have honestly got stopped at break even, or, you know, for even some more unfortunate people, got full stop loss because I didn't even peep that, you know, ES took out the strongest draws, which are equal highs or data highs, but equal highs is also a really strong draw. So some things that I could improved on for this trade is obviously just looking at ES, seeing what ES is doing, and going from there. Honestly, there's not really much to talk about because this was just purely like, this was like, if someone were to tell you what the MEC model was, this is the MEC model right here. Liquidity sweep, tapping into an unfilled gap, then targeting an equal highs, unfilled 15 or hourly or 4-hour gap higher with an internal draw, right? It's just like this trade today was the cleanest that you could have ever taken. And the reason why it was just so clean was because of all that stuff. And guess what? 6 minutes, 6 candles, 6 bullish candles, and we took out TP immediately. That's usually what it's supposed to be like if you have so much confirmation in the draw, in your strategy. It's just too clean, too clean. I would like to say one more thing that you probably could have taken as well, which was this right here, this 5-minute flip after tapping this 5-minute gap right here, targeting again this quad highs, because never mind, I lied. ES did just take out this external draw right here. You could have probably taken it, but again, if you go down the 1 minute, structure doesn't really look good. The main draw already got taken, so taking this trade right now is just kind of silly. Regardless of this, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This is going to be the end of the trade recap. If you guys want to see all the updates of my trades or just like what I'm doing, Instagram is going to be in the link in the description. If you want to join my Discord, it is free. It will also be in the link in the description. But besides that, I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all in the next trade recap, trading video, trading vlog, whatever it is. I will see y'all then. Peace out.